Well, this conflict in the Middle East, it is fueling large protests all around the world. Just today, a jarring display outside the White House, protesters placing simulated body bags on the grounds outside. And in the weeks since the October 7th attack on Israel, college students here in the U.S. have been among the loudest voices, swarming university campuses in opposition to the ongoing violence in Gaza. And while students are exercising their First Amendment freedoms, their passion has been met with some resistance. Here's King 5's Greg Copeland.
Divided by generations.
What are you watching, TikTok? Is that where you get your history?
But fueled by a common cause.
Make no mistake, this is a battle for the very being of Jewish people.
Folks, particularly in the United States, need to be holding Israel accountable.
The voices of our nation's youth have become some of the loudest amid a sea of chants for peace in the Middle East.
Intifada revolution! There is only one solution!
Even those in grade school.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
But it's at our universities where students are making their stand. And while campuses have long been seen as a place designated for young minds to gather and freely express their thoughts, some are now questioning that sense of security.
An Israeli flag was being burned, and a brave Tulane student attempted to grab the flag before a fight broke out.
At Tulane University, the last week of October saw a violent clash between pro-Israel students and a pro-Palestinian group, prompting classes to be canceled and security to be tightened. University President Michael Fitz told NBC News people came to campus to incite violence.
Is it possible to have a fair-minded debate on this war that doesn't descend into hate speech and threats or violence?
The promise of a university is exactly that, to engage in those conversations.
And it's not just physical violence and hate speech that have students frightened. Some worry participation in protests could dim their chances at a bright future.
Palestine will be free!
At Harvard University, pro-Palestinian student groups issued a joint statement condemning Israel's assault on Gaza, prompting pushback from Jewish student groups accusing them of supporting Hamas. It also prompted several CEOs to take notice. Billionaire hedge fund CEO Bill Ackman and several other business leaders demanded Harvard release the names of those whose organizations signed the joint statement. Meanwhile, several law firms have rescinded job offers to top NYU Law School and Harvard students.
Free speech does not mean there's no consequences for free speech.
At home in Washington State,
They threw a grenade into a bomb shelter where young Jewish civilians were hiding.
tensions flared as students at the University of Washington wasted no time calling others to action.
For over 7 decades, we've been living under a settler colonial regime that ethnically cleanses the Palestinian population.
We want to stand with our brothers and sisters, and while they celebrate, we mourn.
Ending the war, a common cause among them, though their messaging remains divided.
The United States is now planning to back an all-out war and fund the genocide of Gaza.
This isn't just about people on both sides. This is about wiping out the existence of a people that has been persecuted since the dawn of time.